So you have sun hemp, sunflowers, buckwheat, spring barley, beans. You have forage beans, cowpeas, forage peas, crimson clover, rape, and I'm sure I'm forgetting something. There's Sudan grass, etc. So there's like 14 species in here, but the key is that it's balanced. So one of the big issues that a lot of people have is they just want to do a mix, but it's not really balanced, and it's really not balanced when it comes to the next planting or the subsequent plantings thereafter when they have a focus on soil health. That's why I'm not a big fan, and I've tried to correct myself because I use it quite often still, but to just say, yeah, it's a soil building mix, I don't necessarily like that idea, because in order to build soil and build soil health and soil fertility, it's really a long-term commitment. It's not, a singular mix or singular species. So what you're going to have when you have a mix like our Nitro Boost is you're going to have a lot of legumes, hence the point nitro, but you're going to have balance with non-nitrogen fixing crops, so non-legumes. So that's why we have the rape and the radish, the rape and the sorghum and the Sudan. We want to be able to capture that nitrogen that's going to be leaching out of the system. So nitrogen goes through what's called the nitrogen cycle, and it's going to hit nitrate. And if you don't have a living root there that's going to grab that nitrate, it's going to slip out of your system. So from those decaying brassicas, as it goes from an organic source of nitrogen, becomes an inorganic source of nitrogen, and eventually into nitrate, which is an inorganic N. Don't get confused. Inorganic N's are naturally occurring in our environment. However, it becomes nitrate, and if there's not a root there, it's going to slip out. So we want to capture that as well as fix additional nitrogen so that we can capitalize on our fall planting of carbon load with being able to reduce our needs for synthetic fertilizers. Just so you all can see, we were getting ready to plant Nitro Boost last year. You can see the diversity in the mix. There's also, I forgot to even mention, there's American Joint Vetch. I don't know if I mentioned sun hemp, but there's also sun hemp in there, etc. So there's quite a few species in there that are going to help both in nitrogen fixation and also feeding a heck of a lot of wildlife. Here was a picture I've used in the past, but this is actually an old logging deck, and you can see the roots that are down in there, and you can actually see the nitrogen nodules on the side of there. This is just a quick shovelful I did, and I broke a lot of the roots off, but that's also why we have things in there like Sudan grass and sorghum and the spring barley. Really good fibrous root systems.